Hello everyone, welcome to this springboot series. Okay, so in this video what I am going to talk about the basic springboot application. Okay, so whenever we talk about the basic, we generally think about hello world kind of application. That is what I'm going to discuss about it. Okay, so you can see that springboot's spring tool suite 4. Okay, so this look like an eclipse id is completely identical to eclipse. Okay, so you just need to download spring tool suite and install it, and then you will be able to do your necessary things for spring boot related applications. So at first, if I need to create a basic spring boot application, then I need structure of the project. So how do I generate that project? Okay, for that you can directly do from the eclipse and also from the browser. I like the browser because I feel that there is very cool features from spring boot, and it is very lightweight. Okay, I just go to the Chrome browser and generate the project structure and import it in the eclipse. The eclipse is nothing but spring tool suite. Okay, so I'll go to the browser and then type spring initializer. Yeah, this one. Okay, this is a cool application where you can generate your basic structure of the spring boot application. So what I'm going to do, I'll make a spring boot REST API, sample REST API. So for that project, you can choose Gradle as well as Maven. Also, I like Gradle over compared to Maven because this is the latest tool and it has a lot of features compared to Maven. I mean, it has more features. Okay, and definitely we'll be using Java for building this simple REST API in Spring Boot. Okay, you can see Comdars example and artifact. I can say demo REST API. So with this artifact name, a folder will be created. I mean, the project will be created. Okay, demo project, you can see the description, demo project for Spring Boot. Yeah, it's okay, and I want to make the package name, yeah, like this example. Okay, and after that, this portion in a Spring Boot we need some dependencies. If we are creating REST API, then definitely we need web dependency. For that, just click here and something like this, Spring Web. Okay, that's it. Now generate. So you can see that demo REST API. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll download here. Okay, I'll unzip it in this folder. Okay, and I'll delete the zip file because that is not necessary for me. So this particular path I'll copy and I'll go to the my STS, which is nothing but a kind of Eclipse. Okay, now import projects. Okay, here you type Gradle, existing Gradle project, double click, next, and paste the project path, next, finish. So you can see that the demo REST API on the left panel, that this is imported. Let me expand this source code. So inside source com dot example demo REST API application, you can see this particular class has main method, and also this is annotated with Spring Boot application. So this is mandatory, and remember that in a Spring Boot application that it the application with this annotation basically that is the starting point of the application. So when we launch the application, it will start from here. Okay, so this thing is important for Spring Boot application. Okay, now in this project I don't have much code, and this is the basic in a class with a Spring Boot application annotation. So what I'm going to do, I am going to create another controller, so that I can do some kind of processing. So that if I access from the browser, it should invoke that particular controller. Okay, so I'm going to create a controller new class. Say I'm giving the name of the class is sample controller, and I want to keep inside controller package. Cool. Okay, now this class is generated. What I have to do, I have to apply the annotation. So I need to make this class REST controller. For that I need to use this annotation. So I'm saying to the Eclipse that okay, consider this class as a REST controller. Okay, and inside this REST controller I need to write some code. Say string, say hello, okay, and return hello. Cool, right? And this has to be okay, what I'm saying here, okay, in the browser, if anyone access with something like /hello, this will be invoked and this will be returned back. Okay, so let us look how it works. Okay, so how to run this application? Right click, run as Spring Boot app. You can see that it is that application is running in the port 8080. Okay, so I'll go to the browser localhost 8080, and it does not show anything because I'm not giving any endpoint here. If I come back to the Eclipse, my ID here, what I have given hello is the endpoint, so I can type that hello here. Can you see that this is printed? Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, so first thing that we have written the controller, then we have added a simple method and with endpoint hello, and when we access in the browser, it returns the the whatever we are returning back from the method. That's really cool. Okay, say that I want to write something in this as a parameter. Say that string name. Okay, and this has to come from address bar of the browser. Okay, so how can I do that? So there is annotation request param. Okay, So I'm saying that, okay, in the browser address, whenever I access this endpoint, I'll provide name as parameter. Okay, the thing is that I have modified this controller class, and I need to restart this application again. Okay, for the restart, how you can do that, you can click it here, then you click this red button, then it will be restarted again back. Now come back and hello, it shows error. Is because I'm saying that in the request parameter I'll pass name, but I have not provided that name here. Okay, and that is the reason that it's showing the error. Okay, so let me give that. Okay, now another important thing that I want to add here. So whenever you do modification in your code, you need to restart the application again and again. So to solve this problem, there is a starter dependency, so we can add it here, then later on no need to restart your application again and again. Okay, so let me go to the browser once again and add that dependency. Okay, I'll come here, and this dependency something dev tool. Okay, this is the dependency is needed for kind of build file. After adding this, you no need to restart your application again, because it will automatically detect your changes whatever you do in your code. Okay, so you click here explore, then this is the dependency. What you need to do, just copy and go to your STS and open build.gradle and paste it here. Okay, the dev tool is configured, so whenever you do the changes in the code, it will automatically detect your changes. Okay, say that I'm going to type something like this, and you have a look these things, see, and it gets automatically detected, and the application is restarted again. Okay, now you just go to the browser and type something like that, and say that you given empty, and let's see what it says, and try once again. See, it is restarted again, and I'm saying John, hello John. Cool, right? So Spring dev tool is a dependency that is added in the build.gradle, and the main purpose for this tool is to that is whenever you write code or you do any modification or any changes in your code, no need to restart your code again and again. So it will automatically detect, and it will restart your application, so it will save your time. All right, now what we have checked so far, we made request parameter name, and which will be provided in the browser, and it will be printed hello name, and I have given John, and that is the reason hello John is printed. Okay, now if I don't give this name, what will happen? So it shows error. Okay, so by default request parameter is mandatory. To make it optional, what you can do, you come here, and there is a attribute required, make it false. Okay, I saved it, and again you can see that it got restarted. Okay, going back again to Chrome, and I'm typing hello. Okay, since I have not passed that parameter, and that is the reason it shows null. Okay, but it is working. So you can make in this way a parameter is optional. Okay, so by default if you don't write this attribute, it will be considered as mandatory field, a mandatory parameter. So whenever you add this attribute, it will be considered as optional parameter. Okay, now I'll make another endpoint. What we have seen here, this is a very simple string that we are returning back from our controller. Say that we want to get some kind of JSON. How we do that? Okay, so that is what I'll show you how we can do it quickly. Okay, so for that I'm just considering that say that we have a model class called customer. Okay, let me create that class, and I want to keep that in model package and customer. Okay, and see, again it got detected and it got restarted because we have configured our dev tool. All right, now string customer name, then string customer address. Okay, so I'm not going to add so many fields, so 2 would be enough for this demonstration. So right click and I'll create the setter and getter method. Okay, so where is the setter and getter method? Source, you can here. Okay, click all. So this got generated. Now I also want to create a constructor using this field. Go to the source, then using fields, select all, it got created. Control Shift F. Okay, so our poser class is ready. Poser class is nothing but the model class. Now I'll create some object of this customer and put it in a array list. Okay, that is what I'm going to do it here. Okay, I'm going to copy these things so that I can do it quickly. Then customer, I'm creating another endpoint, get customer, and I don't want any kind of parameter, and what I want is okay, new it should be a list, and I want customer, what it says. Okay, import it. Now I want to add something, I mean the customer inside this array list. Add new, and address is Bangalore. Okay, all right, I'll just copy this line 2 or 3 times. John, then he's from I'm just giving the dummy things, and okay, now I want to return back these things, customer list. Okay, return this, and also I want to change the this type, it should not be string. Okay, save it, and I hope that it got restarted. Yeah, you can see that on the right panel in the console, it got restarted. So if I go to the browser and access this endpoint, then we should be able to see some kind of JSON. Okay, now go to the browser. Cool, right? So I really liked Spring Boot a lot. Okay, so we have so we have written our controller, then defined our endpoint. We have written poso, and that poso that we have added in a list, and we are returning back from the controller. Okay, now one interesting thing is that the Spring Boot will automatically serialize our poso class to JSON. We have not written any single code to make it JSON. That is the beauty of Spring Boot. Okay, now we have seen that this get method accessing from Chrome browser. We can also access this thing from any REST clients. Let me see. REST, I don't know which client I have. Postman I have. Okay, this is the get method. What I can do, I can come here, copy this path, and then paste it here. Send. See, this is displayed. I mean, we got the response from our controller. So that's it for this video. So what we learned in this video, okay, let me recap the things. So at first we have created our REST controller using this annotation. Then we defined our first endpoint, hello. Then we made our little bit of changes, adding parameter, request parameter. Then we made that parameter as optional using this particular attribute. Then later on we created another endpoint. That endpoint name is customer, and when we access this endpoint, what it returns back is JSON, which contains some dummy content of customer. So that's it for this video. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you really like this video, please give your thumbs up and also subscribe our channel. See you in the next video.